50-year-old Richard Allen is charged with the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. They were walking along a trail in rural Indiana in Delphi in 2017. Allen has pleaded not guilty in their murders. Tuesday's hearing centered on a probable cause affidavit behind Allen's arrest, which contains the evidence against him. The document has not been released to the public, and the judge did not make a decision yesterday about unsealing it or not. The prosecutor argued that releasing that information could jeopardize the ongoing investigation. It would lead to media intimidation of witnesses, they say potentially. The defense accused prosecutors of trying to hide essential details about the case from the public. As the podcast explains, the defense claimed the prosecutor's case against Allen is weak.
He actually quite brutally put it as the public can see the truth. They can see where the expenditure of their tax dollars have gone, which seemed to be kind of a dig at the investigation.
The judge granted Allen's request for a bail hearing and scheduled that for February. His trial is set to begin in March. Joining me now are the co-hosts of the Murder Sheet podcast, journalist Anya Kane and attorney Kevin Greenlee. They have both been following this case for years, in fact, since the very beginning. To you both, thank you. So I want to start with the public announcement that we've got our guy. Law enforcement step in front of the TV screens. They say to the world, we've caught the killer. This is the day we've been waiting for. Well, now we've got the sealed documents. We don't know what led to Richard Allen's arrest. And now we're hearing that he may not have acted alone. That seemed to be a surprise even for the defense.
Yes. When the defense attorney spoke to media yesterday after the hearing, they expressed surprise about that and noted that they didn't necessarily see that in the probable cause affidavit, which they have reviewed, even though it's not been released publicly.
So, Kevin, as an attorney, why aren't they releasing the probable cause? Because it does hold so many of the answers.
It's completely unprecedented because generally, of course, the public has the right to review how law enforcement makes their decisions. And the most significant decision law enforcement makes is when to arrest someone and deprive them of their liberty. Basically, they're saying they're keeping it private for two main reasons. The first is there's information in that document which will harm, allegedly, the ongoing investigation. And the second reason is that they say there's information in the document about witnesses in the case that might affect negatively those witnesses because the media or others may try to contact them.
And what is the judge saying? Is there a chance that this is released before the trial in March?
The judge basically said yesterday that she would review this and sort of release it as quickly as possible, that she feels the attorneys and Mr. Allen are due a swift response. So we assume that now she's kind of reviewing the different options, the different arguments, and sort of making a decision on how to proceed.
And how do the families feel about all of this?
The families are very strongly supporting keeping the document sealed. Becky Patty, who was Libby's grandmother, wrote a letter that the prosecutor actually introduced into evidence advocating for it to remain sealed. The families don't want anything to harm the investigation into the death of these two girls.
And there's also a petition circulating, correct, where they have gained thousands of signatures to try and keep those documents sealed?
Yes, which the prosecutor also introduced as an exhibit showing that there is public support. Of course, the defense put forward their argument that they actually want this to be unsealed because they want the public to be able to review the case against their client.
Kevin, legally speaking, is this public posturing happening between attorneys in the case ahead of March and what we may learn at that point?
It's hard to say at this point because obviously you never expect defense attorneys to come forward and say, oh, yeah, you got us, you got a good case. But in this case, they seem to be going beyond that. They say that the evidence against their client is weak. They say they got the wrong guy. Our guy is innocent. And that whatever dramatic evidence you might expect to see in the probable cause affidavit just isn't in there.
Tell us what we know about Richard Allen, what we've learned since his arrest weeks ago.
So Richard Allen was employed at the CVS in Delphi and was sort of looking someone you might know to see in the town, essentially. People in Delphi described their interactions with him as friendly, did not raise any red flags. We've also talked to quite a few people who knew him growing up in Mexico, Indiana, which is a town over toward Miami County, actually. And they described him as a quiet but nice kid who didn't raise any red flags. Again, that was something we heard again and again. Nobody had any negative stories about him, and in fact kind of were expressed surprise that he's been accused of this.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.